My mother was a rec coordinator, so she made activities very accessible and ongoing, and I've seen how important things like that for youth and for families and for the community as a whole. You see the positive impact when activities are there, and then you see the negative effects when things like that aren't going on. My name is Alyssa Carpenter. I was born and raised in Inuvik and Sax Harbor within this region. My role here is I'm the Leaders in Training Conference Coordinator for BYTE Empowering Youth. It's an NGO that's based in Whitehorse with a mission to serve Northern youth. So what inspired me to do this is to connect these youth to these resources, to individuals with these perspectives and these experiences, and to also really open up about their personal challenges, their journeys, what they've learned about themselves, and the honest thing that they're still learning.
My name is Shelby Maunder. I'm the Executive Director of BYTE Empowering Youth Society. We're here this week in Inuvik to host our Leaders in Training Conference. We host one of these conferences every year for youth 14 to 18. And the idea of the conference is that youth from the communities can get together and build relationships with each other and also build leadership skills, self-esteem, confidence. Our expectation was that youth would come in, they would push themselves outside of their comfort zone, however that looks for them, and for some it looks like just getting here and attending, and for some it's like, you know, really testing out their voice and stuff in workshops.
ING, Dalton Moore, UEHA, Dakota Union J. I'm Dalton Moore. I'm from Haines Junction, Yukon Territory. I'm 15 years old.
I like rap. I write my own lyrics and I record in Haines Junction. Always impressive, testing for success, so I ain't never stressing. Yeah, angel business, those tactics are printed, my skills are magnificent, this is legitimate. Yeah, it's
been really fun. I've learned a lot of things, met a lot of cool people, and I take pride in coming to these camps. That's why I always come to them. This is my third one, and I plan to come to much more. When things get hard, never give up, because sometimes you gotta look fear in the eyes and not run away.
Hi, my name is Trina Pauls, and my traditional name is Adanchilla, which means strong, powerful little woman. I'm from Whitehorse, Yukon, and I'm here in Inuvik for the youth conference. I really just enjoy always being in my culture. So when things I do, I bead, and I'm a part of the Duckakon dancers in Whitehorse, Yukon, and that just makes me so happy and just full of joy to be in my culture. I hope to be able to go back home and help other youth who might have not been able to do this kind of experience and help teach them how they can become better leaders. Probably the most memorable thing I learned today was the presentation with Dana Tiza Tram, because it was just amazing. He did such a good job, and you didn't get bored at all. I was engaged the whole time, and it was probably one of the best presentations I ever got in my life.
Just a second.
You're malleable and you're open to the world, and that's what's really important. I believe if we're going to make a lot of change in this world, it's going to be through you guys, because your minds and your hearts aren't totally 100% set yet, and that's a real powerful thing. Let go of things. Let go of your fears. Let go of all of these different things, because from your heart, from that candlelight, you have to live in a place that protects you, that makes you healthy.
As the director for the Connected North Youth Leadership Fund with Taking It Global, I get to travel nationally and share with youth about community grants and community funding when it comes to social entrepreneurship and social innovation. The other part of who I am is that I'm an artist, and so with the 20 youth here today, you see behind us, we've been working through being inspired by our culture, by the land, by our ancestors, ancestors, and specifically through line work graffiti. Basically, this is like an abstracted version of whether it's what they're thinking, it could be typography. For myself as an artist, I've worked through art as therapy. So art can actually be used for healing. It can be used to address trauma. And so today we're just listening to music, we're relaxing, and we're just gently being with our thoughts, being with our dreams, and trying to capture them on paper.
My favorite experience this week with the youth was being out on the land at the Gwich'in camp, talking with the elders and listening to them talk about lessons that they've learned throughout their lives, and then when Nijitsel and I were given the opportunity to speak about what we've learned and taken from our elders and how we're living now.
Very old. Very old. Beautiful elders. Smart. You guys do the same. You believe in yourself. Respect yourself and others. Most of all, respect you. Respect you and make yourself what you want to be.
It is up to each and every one of you young people here to take matters into your own hands and say you're going to relearn your language. And you have to learn it from one of your elders in your community. Go into an immersion situation.
You know, and it should be the other way. Encouraging one another, building one another up, and your strength there, it's gonna multiply.
My favorite thing was probably when I did the facilitation with the youth. So I wanted to be interactive and to engage the youth in a meaningful way. So one of the activities that I did was you put a sticky note on your back and you mingled around and people wrote positive things and good qualities that they think the other person held. And a lot of the young people had really nice things to say about each other, like they're respectful, they're funny, they're open-minded. But the catch was the young person couldn't see what they wrote. So at the end, when we debriefed, another youth had to pick the post-it note off of their back and read out what the people said about them. And that's one of my favorite activities to do, because when someone reads something nice about them, you could see their face light up and you can see them start to feel really good about themselves and get a little bit shy, like, oh, these people are saying nice things about me. So that was my favorite part of this morning, to see that reaction when someone else says something positive about them.
Messages to young people, try. You never know what an experience or anything that you have or an opportunity unless you try. And whether it works out or not, you learn a lot from that. It's so powerful. You learn so much about yourself when you try new things, when you go out of your comfort zone. And those were big things that were shared with me when I was a very young person.
Do what you think is cool. Like, don't do what other people think is cool, because like you being yourself and you doing what you love to do and doing the right thing is like the best thing you can do for yourself. And I also think if you ever get an opportunity to do anything with youth or with anything that will like lift up your spirit, definitely take it or definitely try to apply.
Everyone was given one gift, and our job as youth in this world is to find what our gift is and to help that grow, to water that seed so that we can further better ourselves, better our family networks and our communities, and who knows, better our country. So I just employ all of the youth to take the time to empower themselves, to believe in themselves, and to uplift the community and the other youth around you.
No matter how hard things could get and different obstacles in life, just try your best to keep moving forward and be positive and be a good role model to the younger kids.
Talk with as many elders and as many people as you feel like, and try to learn as much as you could. Be active, because, like, you know, we're young right now, and like go out there and explore things and travel and get your education.
Because, you know, without experience, how are you going to help your people? So it's being aware, you know, and community wellness and you know, healthy lifestyles. Because if they're stepping up to the plate, then, you know, they have to be displaying all these fine qualities.
So the message that I wanted to send them was to explore themselves as a leader, their self-exploration, and to build themselves up and be able to think critically about themselves and their lives, their futures.
It can be nerve-wracking to step outside of your comfort zone and come to something like this, especially when you're coming from a smaller community. I just encourage you to take that first step, and I think it's going to be worthwhile.